Hello, friends. I'm Jonathan Pishner with Apex Counseling, and this will be the final part of this series on self love. And I really wanted to talk about a topic within that uh, I get to talk about a lot whenever I'm helping people with this issue because a lot of people are really reluctant to let go of self hatred. And I wanted to talk about that some because I think this is really valuable for people to know about. And the reason people are reluctant to let go of self hatred and beating themselves up is because that's a strategy that, in the very short term, can actually produce good results for a lot of people. It helps people gain momentum. I would say probably most people in their life have produced some kind of momentum for themselves off of really hating where they were at or what they were like or anything like that. So, I mean, let's acknowledge, first off, that there's a really good reason that people are reluctant to let go of it because it is beneficial for a lot of people in the short term. The reason that it is desperately essential for people to learn to let go of it eventually is because self hatred is only viable as a short term strategy. Uh, it will work to produce some momentum. It will not work forever to keep momentum going because self hatred is a lot like putting nitro in a car. Like, yeah, it'll make it go faster temporarily, but it puts a lot of wear and tear on the engine. Self hatred puts a lot of wear and tear on our brain and on our body and on our emotional state and really just everything about us. So it's important to be able to let go of it at some point. But a lot of people are reluctant to because, man, they got that momentum right at the beginning, and then they keep trying to recapture. Like, okay, if I just beat myself up in just the right way, then maybe I'll be able to produce that momentum again. The sad thing is, it won't work that way. What really has to happen is, if you're going to use self hatred to get yourself some momentum, and I'm not going to tell you not to because that's probably a hard sell. I think a lot of people wouldn't listen to that part of the advice anyway. But I will tell you, you can't use it to keep yourself going. At some point, you got to let go of it and settle into a much steadier rhythm where it's much like I said in the last video, being able to accept where you're at, accept the journey, view yourself as constantly in the process of becoming, and being able to let go of some of that hatred. So, if I was going to give people advice on how to do this, it would be kind of combining stuff from our previous few videos. It would be recognize that you're moving now, like you're moving towards the becoming the person that you want to be. If you've produced that momentum, then you're already on the move. Give yourself some credit. Recognize your effort. Give yourself some credit for like, oh, okay, I did exactly the thing that always happens, in the hero story. Like at some point, there's the call to like make it different, to become better. Give yourself some of that acceptance. Like, okay, yeah, I mean, I'm still 77 miles away from my goal, but I'm 2 miles away from the start line. Like allowing yourself to accept, like, okay, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a while, but I'm now on the path. So if I was going to wrap all of this, the idea of this video up into one thing, it's yeah, self hatred will work temporarily. I would never recommend that as the way to start, but many people do, and so I'm not going to tell you that it's bad. But you gotta let go of it reasonably quickly because you're not going to be able to use it to go the whole journey. All it'll do is help get you off the start line at a quick pace. If you're deploying a lot of self-hatred thinking that's where it's going to get you where you want to go, it will not work as a long-term strategy. So start working on letting go of that. And as always, if you need help with that, reach out to a skilled counselor, get some assistance with it because it would be much better to learn early how to let go of it than deploy that as a strategy for 10 years. And man, then you've got all this wear and tear from beating the hell out of yourself for a decade that then you got to go through the trouble of repairing. So work on letting go of it. Yes, I know it worked well for you right there in the beginning, but it won't work forever. for many people watching this video, it's probably already stopped working. So it's desperately important to find ways to let go of it. So thank you very much for hanging out and listening to me for a few minutes today. I'm Jonathan Pishner with Apex Counseling, and I will see you next time.